Is Indian media controlled? Is there a lot of paid journalism? Every year, India's ranking on the World Press Freedom Index is falling.
The reason behind this downfall, why India has been every day facing this drop down of the freedom of press, why there is a lot of problem. According to the research survey by Reporters Without Border, has to say something in detail and which is an analyzed data by them. First thing, there has been a noticeable self-censorship in all the mainstream media. Secondly, people, those who criticize Hindu nationalism are tagged as anti-Indian on an online campaigns. The classic example is the Gauri Lankesh murder case in 2017. She was brutally murdered for being an open critic to right-wing politics. There were 8 journalists who were killed in the year 2018. These murders actually highlights the danger of what Indian journalists are facing, and especially the journalists who are not working for the mainstream media and especially the English medium. Attack against journalists by supporters of Prime Minister Narendra Modi has increased in the run-up of election 2019. The emergence of #MeToo movement in the media in the year 2018 has highlighted the case of harassment and sexual assault on the women journalist. Coverage in Kashmir remains sensitive. The process continues to be very difficult. Foreign reporters are barred from Kashmir and internet is often disconnected there. And after the abolition of Article 370, we all know the state of media in Kashmir, that any coverage apart from the government is really difficult. All the media houses are struggling to get information from the Kashmir. So this issue still remains very sensitive. Bringing to the conclusion by the research, facts and data, I would like to highlight few points after seeing all this. What are the reasons for that we are falling every year on the World Press Freedom Index? Remarkable change has taken place in the technology on a global platform, especially when you talk in terms of India. 4G coming into picture, Reliance Jio launching the cheaper data, mobile companies making cheaper smartphones. Now this has played a major role. The future of Indian news media is mobile, according to the Reuters Institute of Study of Journalism. 60% of the Indians mentioned smartphone as a primary device to news consumption. Audience are largely accessing news as a Google search or the social media rather than going to the direct source of the news. Now this thing has actually changed the news consumption pattern. It is no more the 9 PM prime time news wherein the family used to sit together and watch a debate, or we are consuming the news together. For example, news consumption has become very personal. In terms of, I can watch a news on the mobile platform I like to consume. I can have my personal choice and opinion towards a journalist or a media house. Similarly, from the same family, a person can have a different political and social view, because the consumption of news is so personal. That's all because of the technology. Now, independent media, those who are not talking in the support of government, is somewhere seem to be targeted directly. Maybe it is not proven, it is accusation or whatsoever, but there is a direct target being done on the journalists who are not in the favor of the government. Overall analysis, if we see, when the UPA government was ruling, the media was much more critical and free to make an opinion. They used to criticize each and every government move. When the petrol prices used to hike, they used to make a comment. When there is a murder case going on, they used to make a hue and cry about the government and criticize it openly. But when you see in the recent NDA government, or say BJP government, since the year 2014, the media is much more controlled. There is too much of, if you see, the content is too much monitored when it comes to, say, the mainstream media. The classic case is Prime Minister Narendra Modi has never done an open media conference. Neither has done a single interview which is not scripted. Hence, we definitely have to look for the sources we believe in are giving the right information and news and not promoting any agenda. We should support the independent media who are doing the good work, the actual work of the media of being a watchdog and questioning the government, rather than being a puppet of a corporate or any of the political organization. Hence, I would like to make a last comment that let's be wise enough to understand the difference between news and information and propaganda and agenda, and be wise enough to consume the news from the right sources. Because each individual of us play a major role in forming a nation and the government. So, as a citizen, let's play a role of understanding and strengthening our democracy by consuming the right information.
I believe I can fly.